Welcome back. This is the pick,
Welcome to show you guys.
and we're going to be doing recaps of Game One for both conference finals and our predictions for both series.
Yep.
So we're going to start with Golden State and the Blazers. Golden State kind of comfortably won this game, and they kind of blew Blazers out to a certain degree
Yep.
in this first game, 116-94. Steph Curry went absolutely nuts. Klay Thompson played okay. He didn't shoot great, but he did all right. Green did his thing. He played okay. He didn't score a whole lot of points, but he did his job.
Yeah.
Played good defense. But the biggest people in this game for me on Golden State was definitely Steph Curry. He was this unstoppable. Really, I don't know what the Blazers were doing. They weren't off of pick and rolls. Collins or the other.
Not closing in.
You weren't closing in, and he was just pretty much making it with ease.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to figure something out. This is gonna be a really quick series. Klay Thompson can continue to play really good defense on both guards for Blazers. That's going to be a really deciding factor as well. For the Blazers, Dame's had to play really better. CJ's had to play better.
Right.
Cantor's going to have to be more of an impact player. He was playing really well at the beginning of the game, but they started going to Collins a little more. I think they're so worried about Cantor not being able to play defense when it's pick and roll against the Warriors. I think that's the reason why they didn't play him as much. But when he was in there, he was playing well. So I think they need to use Cantor a bit more. I don't really think anyone could really guard him. He's too strong for Damon, and Bogus is slow and old, so you can't really guard him either. So yeah, I think I need to put Cantor in more. Collins, if he's played better. He's just still really young and not experienced at all, really, especially when it comes to playoffs. So I think they need to focus more on getting Cantor the ball and taking advantage of the deficiencies and the big men for the Warriors. And if CJ and Dame don't play better, this is going to be, I think, probably going to be a sweep, honestly. I got Warriors winning this one. Before this game, I actually had the Blazers winning it just because I thought KD's going to be hurt for most of the series, and Steph's still not healthy, but he's been playing. He played really well in that Game 7, and he played really amazing in this game. So I think Steph's back to his normal Steph, and this Golden State team is really scary. So I just don't see them winning this series, but they can get a game or two, I think.
Yeah, man. I mean, this was a train wreck for Dame and McCollum. They did not play well when they should have. 17 points for Dame, or excuse me, 19 points for Dame and 17 McCollum. But they're used to, Dame's used to scoring 30, and here lately, McCollum's been scoring 25 or 30 himself. So this is just wasn't the game.
11 of 31, 32 pretty much for both of them, so that's not great at all.
Yeah, there's no excuses, but at the same time, I understand it's been a couple days before that game since they touched the ball. They pretty much been traveled from Denver to California, and that was it. So they really didn't get to touch the ball much, didn't get to practice at all. So, I can understand that in some situations, and it's just really hard to play at Golden State. So I'm not too concerned about them. I think this was just a tough loss for them, and I just think they weren't, prepared for just them three. You got to think they were preparing for four guys, not three, and now it went back to three. So I don't know if they would. I don't know if they didn't have they had the right game plan. I think they were expecting to play KD, and since he got hurt abruptly, it changed things for him. So I think they're going to be all right. They just had a bump in the road, so to speak. I still have Portland. I got Portland moving on and going to the finals. Like I said, I think this was just a bump in the road. I think they can make this a very good series. Portland plays really well at home, and that's the thing with Golden State. They kind of I wouldn't say shut down on when they're on the road, but they're a little different of a team when they're on the road. So I think Portland will get those wins at home. So I think it's going to go. I still think it's going to go to a game 7, man. I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Yeah, man, Steph, man, he put the pedal to the metal. I mean, what can you say? He was knocking down threes like he was, back in his younger years when it was just them three. And I think that's the other thing is people getting misconstrued and people thinking that, oh, once Durant's down, that they're not going to be good anymore and they're not going to be the same team. And I was telling Adam the other day, I was like, this is just like putting back the training wheels on, you know what I mean? Like, they're used to each other. So with Durant off the court, it's just back to the old ways. That's all it is. Curry's the breadwinner, and Steph is Thompson's the guy that's gets the crumbs. That helps him gets those points. And Green, he scored I think 12. So, he's doing his job at scoring. So, and that's what they need. Since it's just them three, that's what they need. They need points out of Green, and 12 points is better than his average like 2-3 points. So he's stepping up, doing what he needs to do. So yeah, it's just them kind of taking off or putting back on the training wheels again and going, all right, well, we forgot how to ride a bike, but we're gonna learn again. And that's all it was, man. They're gonna get right back to form. So them people that are saying that was idiots. They're gonna be just fine without Durant. Of course, they're better with Durant, but yeah, they're still really good without him. So. Yeah, man, I'm not worried about Portland, though. I think they're going to bounce back. This was just a game that they were not ready for, and I think they're going to be ready for the next one.
Alrighty. We're going to be talking about the Milwaukee and the Raptors. Sorry.
The baby dinosaurs.
Yeah, the Raptors lost this one 100-108. I actually thought the Raptors were going to win this game for a lot of it, but Kawhi really didn't play well that fourth quarter, and the Bucks came to play in that fourth quarter. Brook Lopez was amazing. One of the better games he's probably ever had in his playoff career, and
he was the MVP of that game.
Yeah, he played amazing. Kawhi played well for 3 quarters. I was just telling Ryan that they needed to get him off the court and get him on the bench for a little bit because he's gonna get tired. And I think he did.
Yeah, he played 42 minutes.
Yeah,
so did Siakam. Like, that's ridiculous. You guys gotta rest your guys a little bit more than that.
Yeah, Siakam and Lillard both played 42 minutes. So yeah, they need to get their guys a little bit more rest in my eyes. Kawhi Leonard, he played well, 31 points. That's a good game. Lowry played amazing. He had 30 points. Yep. He finally stepped up in a playoff game.
10 for 15 on field goals. So
yeah.
That's amazing.
I think if Kawhi Leonard and Lowry both play really amazing, the Raptors definitely have a chance of winning this series. But Siakam and the other role players are going to have to step up. That's been kind of what I was worried about this is Kawhi has to do it himself, but maybe Lowry's going to be able to help him out. But if Kawhi's had to do himself and Lowry kind of doesn't play as well and no one else is stepping up, I don't really see Raptors winning this series.
Right.
So I do have the Bucks winning this one. I think they're more a talented team. They have the best player in this series. You can argue it's either him or Kawhi, Giannis or Kawhi. I think they're both pretty similar. But like that's the thing. The starting 5 of the Bucks is better than the starting 5 of the Raptors in my eyes. And they're really experienced. They're really a long, lanky team. I was telling Ryan, playing them in 2K is a nightmare because they're all big and lanky, and it's
like that in real life too.
Yeah, it's like that in real life. It's really hard to play them. So I just think the Bucks are going to go to the finals, man, and that's going to be the first time in a while. I don't know exactly how many years it's been, but I was thinking probably like the 70s.
70s or 80s.
I don't remember them being in the playoffs any time other than the 70s with Kareem and Big O.
I think they went once or twice in the 80s as well.
All right, but that's all I got to say. I got the Bucks winning this one.
Yeah, man, this is going to be, honestly, I think the best series out of the the two, because they are. I mean, they're very well matched. But I would edge the matchup to Milwaukee as well. I think the length and the depth of their starters and their bench is a little more deeper than what Toronto's is. I think what really defined this game was defense and the block shots.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of block shots that Milwaukee blocked against Toronto. I mean, let's see here.
It doesn't say on the. It's weird.
Usually you can do. It's weird. There we go.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they were blocking shots. Giannis and Lopez was blocking shots. So did George Hill.
Yeah, Lopez had 4 blocks. Giannis had 3. Jokic had 1.
There's 8, 9 blocks right there.
Hill had 1. I don't know how to say his name. Had 1, and the other guy had 1 as well. So.
There's 12 or 13 blocks right there.
It's,
So that was I think the deciding factor because they were close.
It's 11.
Yeah, there was a close. The game was close majority of the game until the latter half of the end of the game. So it was a really good game. Like I said, I just think the biggest difference was how many blocks and how well Milwaukee was defending Toronto. I was just thinking a minute ago, I got to piss off Larry. He's like, the one game I played really well, nobody else is playing that great, and we lose. So that got to be frustrating. But yeah, if they, like Adam said, if Toronto could keep that up and Larry can really step up along with Leonard and maybe Siakam or somebody, yeah, they definitely have a chance to keep fighting in this series. I think this is another. I think both series are going to go to Game 7s. It's going to come down to whoever has home field advantage. To be honest with you. Or just wants it more. But yeah, I think that was the big factor in this game. Like I said, was defensive blocks, and not letting Kawhi just drive him to the hole and get him to where he really wants to play his ball. They kind of took him off that spot, and that's what you got to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Giannis was just that's what really decides the series for me is just Giannis, man. He's so hard to guard. I mean, even Kawhi has trouble guarding him, so. He's going to get his points. He's going to get the fouls. All that's the other thing is he's going to probably get Toronto in a lot of foul trouble as well, and it happened quite a bit in this game as well. So, yeah, I just think he's going to end up being too much, and if the rest of the team ends up playing really well around him, like Lopez did, and hopefully Middleton and Bledsoe could step up because they were kind of very lackluster in this game. But yeah, man, that just shows that. Even though Giannis didn't play the great, he played good, but he didn't play the greatest. They can win games if everybody can step up and play defense. They're number 1 defense in the league for a reason. So, and they showed it. So, yeah, I got Milwaukee winning this series and going to the finals.
All right, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.
Let's watch.